Welcome to Sherpa Dave's Race Recon series. On this channel, I try and make Zwift more fun and more approachable for riders young and old. As you can see, I fall more into the old category myself, but I don't let that stop me. If you like what you see here today, why don't you take a look at some of the other videos that we have on the channel, and if you like those, maybe hit that subscribe button down in the bottom corner. Alright, racers, it is Team Time Trial number 127, Greater London Flats, which we will do 2 laps of. That's a total, if you include the lead-in, of 30 kilometers with 105 meters of climbing. Let's jump straight into the DS notes. I've broken it into the lead-in itself and then the laps. The lead-in actually has Northumberland Avenue on it, which is one of the climbs, so that's why I broke it out. But pretty much this is flat, so you're going to be looking at your most aero setup possible. Let's just jump right into the ride, moving at 250% of the recovery ride I did this at. So it's 600 meters flat out of the pens. That gives you plenty of time to get into your order. So let's see you have a nice fast start when your delay time is up. Next comes a 600 meter bump up, which will take us to or through this start finish gate, which you'll remember hasn't got anything to do with our ride, but is a nice landmark. This just averages 2%. It gets a little above that. But by now you should be in formation and just driving as fast as you can, maintaining a decent extended blob or even a pace line as you go through. Keeping me safe and sound, and when I fall, you tied a rope to me. You're blessing me every day. I was down. And hit the brow of this hill, and we're going to now bump down for 800 meters. It does undulate a bit. There we go. See, there's that little step up. It says 6% in the mini map, but you should be able to just plow through this one. This is a great stretch of the ride to be practicing your formation, making sure you're communicating, calling who's on the front, who's in position 2, etc. Through the tunnels, and now we've got a bump up and a bump down that will take us all the way to Northumberland Avenue, which you will find at 3.6 kilometers into the ride. I find Northumberland, we'll talk more when we get there, I find Northumberland is always tricky for teams. If you are attentive and paying attention and communicating, you can get through it fairly easily, but if you stop focus for even a split second, somebody goes off the front, and that creates a split that just wastes valuable seconds pulling back in. We're just going to run alongside the Thames for a little while. So far gone, I won't look back, and when I move, there ain't no stopping me. You're pushing me up to the top. I saw the clouds looking angry, but then the sky reached my mind. Alright, Northumberland is after this next bridge here. And you can see it on the mini-map with that sharp right-hand turn. The trick here is how you stretch the weaker riders just enough but don't break them, and how you keep your your stronger riders in check to make sure that they don't pull away. There you go, 300 meters, an average of 4%. It gets a little higher than that, but now it is flat all the way up and down here. 1.4 kilometers. So regroup, use this time to regroup, check in with everybody on Discord, get back in formation, and get back up to speed. just after we go through the arch, that we will hit a slight descent, just minus 2% I think, but that'll allow you to pick up speed without having to put in more effort. And this descent actually keeps going through the gate. And you are around 6 kilometers or 18 kilometers of a total of 29.4 kilometers. And ahead of us there, Buckingham Palace. Those of you that live in London know that, wonder why I'm saying that. Those of you that don't live in London or don't even live in Britain, there you go, now you've done some sightseeing. Alright, as we come around that corner, we now have a false flat up for 500 meters. Again, keep power steady. It will affect your speed just slightly, but this is all about steady power delivery and effective use of taking turns on the front and recovering on the back. We'll hit this bend and then we get the reverse false flat down for 500 meters. There we go. Now it stays mostly flat for 800 meters till you get to 8.2 or 20 kilometers, but it does undulate a bit. As you can see, we're hitting minus 1.2, plus 1.2, but never for very long. Again, keep power delivery smooth, keep smooth turns on the front, and you'll get through that with no problem at all. This road is called Birdcage because many hundreds of years ago there were bird cages on it, but the birds have now gone. So off the cages. When you're gone, it's me, no one else but me. Get the hint. You're out to the side, come on, step away. Slight step up again, power delivery. And now it's flat for 5 kilometers to 13.4 or 25.1 kilometers. There's Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament ahead of us. My cousin used to work there. Not sure if that's relevant, but good to know. So again, we're back running alongside the Thames. It's not completely pan flat, it does fluctuate up and down, just 1% here and there. But for the most part, for all practical purposes, just treat this as flat till we get to 13.4 on the first lap, 25.1 on the second lap. Let's have a little music. I thought that I wouldn't break. I need something else to clear my head. Someone to tell me how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like you're fake. Take control of your own life. Without any thought, I keep moving on. I don't even care if my soul is gone. So many words that I should have said. Not concerned about how to live instead. Just open your eyes and take my advice. Stop rolling the dice and just compromise. It's the chance of your life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel like a fake. Take control of your own life. Nothing in life is a little bump up coming. Just a little false flat, just keep your power steady, power through it. And then we just bump back down the same amount. This is also false, so you'll just pick up a little speed. This is Sloane Square, I think.
Take control of your own life. Okay, try to be brave. You have so much to save. Take control of your own life. Right now, every mistake makes you feel.
Alright, back on that little flat, just for a short while, till we hit 13.4 kilometers first lap, 25.1 second lap, and then we just step up a bit, 400 meters at 1.5 to 2%. Flat now until we get to the descent down into Piccadilly. There we go, we're on that descent now, so it starts -1. I don't think it gets above -2 or 3, but you'll be able to pick up some speed here to carry you through to the start of that Piccadilly climb. Now this is not steep by any stretch of the imagination, but when you're going at the kind of pace that you should be going at, and this route, it will wear on the weaker riders. You can see it hits -4 there, not for long, just stretches out, and then we're going to have a very gentle or very short flat. And there's the first section, short bit of flat now, and then the climb will kick back in again. And you can see where it ends on the mini-map. It's where the road takes a sharp turn. That's actually the end of this little climb. Just be aware that your weaker riders, particularly on the second lap, will be pushing really hard to get up here at pace. So first lap, you probably want to give them some time to recover as you're coming down here. There we go, make the turn now. Second lap though, you might want to make a clever decision about who's going to be able to help you for the remaining couple of kilometers and who isn't. So on lap 2, if people are gasping after that climb and you've got 4 people who are still fresh, then just put the pedal down and go for it. Either way, back in formation. There we are, 1 kilometer to the finish of the lap if it's lap 1, but of the entire race if it's lap 2. And it's all flat or downhill from here. Round the corner. You should recognize this. Been here once before. 500 meters to go. There's the 300 meter marker. It's all downhill now. 200. 100, and you are done. Alright everybody, I'm going to leave you with the DS notes and the bike choices again, and that's it from me. I will not be riding this. I will be in Mallorca having some real world fun, so ride on. I'll see you in a few weeks.